Hey, what you doing? About to go record a video, huh? Listen, I was having a conversation with my cousin, Shane, and Shane was like, she shouldn't even do it this week because people gonna talk about her. Like, what are they gonna think? Miss, I appear to have it all together. And now you out here being vulnerable. Okay, I got your vulnerable. Listen, don't do it. Go grab you a snack and we could go watch Love is Blind. Like, we ain't got to do this YouTube thing. We really don't. I don't understand why you doing it anyway. I keep trying to figure out why you want to do it. But hey, to each their own. Do you, boo? Father, I thank you for your guidance. I thank you for your wisdom, and I thank you for your instructions. And Father, I pray now that as I begin to record today's episode, Father, give me the strength. I know what you said concerning this channel, and I want to obey you wholeheartedly. So, Father, there are parts of me that just don't want me to do it. Like, there are parts that fight against what I know you want me to do versus what I feel within my flesh to do. And just like when Jesus was in the garden of Gethsemane, and he regained his strength, and knowing that although what you were requiring and asking of him will lead him to death, but yet be resurrected later, I say the same words he said as he stood up. Not my will, Father, but your will be done. What's up, y'all? I'm Kim's Flesh, and welcome to I Got Something to Say. Tales of an Untamed Flesh. That sounds good. I think we gonna run with that. Kim's a little busy. She's, fighting with insecurity, so I figured I'll step in and I'm going to tell you about the story that we were going to tell today. Now, first, hey y'all, sorry about that. Had to deal with Flesh real quick, but welcome to I Got Something to Say, Tales of an Awkward Woman. This is Kim. Hey y'all. And I want to thank you for taking the time out to watch the video and for supporting me. I greatly appreciate it. I know that there are thousands of people, maybe millions of people on this platform, but you took the time out to check out my content. I appreciate you. So let's dive into what we're talking about today. What are we talking about? So as you see, the topic, well, the title is What Them Actions Do. And so that, the reason I chose that as a title, because I'm seeing in the dating world, in these single streets, as we say, is that there's a lot of performance going on. I've seen videos and heard women talk about how I was dating this guy. When we was getting to know each other, he was doing this, that, and the third. And then as soon after like 3 months, he spawned into something or someone I do not recognize. He doesn't do all the things that he did for me in the beginning anymore. He's become lazy. He's just this and that. And then I've also heard it on the other end where men are talking about it too. So, and I've also seen women post videos where they were like, I gotta stay calm until I get him to fall in love with me, and then I show him my crazy side or my toxic side. Like, what are we doing out here in these single streets? This is why the pool is a cesspool, because toxicity is becoming a norm, and therapy and Jesus and just people being themselves is dead, apparently. Not to say everybody is like this, but this is an issue. Like, we're performing to get people to like us, to fall for us. If they just see, if I just do this and I act this way, then they're like me. And then once you get them, it's something totally different. So this topic, I should say, caused me to take a look at my own relationships and the things that I've experienced. So I've experienced this. Yeah, boy. So my last relationship, what can I say? Well, let's just say he said all the things, he did all the things, and yet his actions and his words didn't align. The words and the actions were different. Like, I'ma act like I want this alongside with you. I'ma act this way, but then I'ma also say this. And there are times, like after the breakup, I was like, God, was he always like this? And God was like, yeah, boo. I was showing you the red flags, but you were not paying attention. And during that time, during the relationship, it revealed a lot about me and what I needed to work on. It showed some unhealed parts of me that I thought were like, I'm healed, I'm good. And God was like, really? Watch this. But no, seriously, I stayed. Now, why did I stay? That's the question. Because of societal norms. In my 40s, never married, no children. Hearing people say, well, you should be married by now. You should have had kids. You should have did this, that, and the third. And my question is, why is there a double standard for women versus men? Because there are men running around here in their 60s, still ain't been married. Some don't have kids. Some got at least 20. But for a woman, when she's unmarried and don't have children, then there's a problem. So I allowed the pressure of that. And then also, like, I'm the only child from my parents that don't have children. You think I will embrace that, but you know, deep down inside, I do want to have my own children one day. But I was willing to sacrifice my sanity and my peace, but also my boundaries and who God said I was, in order to keep this man, right? By making excuses for the way he would act or the way that he would say things, or if he didn't follow through on something, I would just chuck it up and not say anything. So I was passive and portraying to be understanding. Even in my understanding, I do a disservice to myself. So instead of me checking bad behavior or acknowledging it to say, hey, when you said or when you did or when you failed to do after you said you would do this, that, and the third, it, made me feel this way. And instead of expressing my feelings, and this is what it revealed to me, I was afraid of expressing my feelings because I've always felt like my feelings, my desires, and my needs were invalid. I've always felt like that, even as a child. I would not talk about what was wrong with me. I would not say, hey, this is what's going on, because I felt like what I was going through was not as bad as whatever was going on at the time. Now, that was one issue. And then I want someone. I want to be loved. I want to be loved well. I want someone so I can feel like I'm being accepted. That's another unhealed part of me as well, because there's still rejection. I'm afraid of being rejected. I'm afraid of being abandoned. These are things I had to come to terms with after the breakup. Like, Kim, you really do need to go work this stuff out in therapy. Like, these are things that manifested in me. And it caused me to stay in a relationship with someone that was not God's best for me. And God didn't allow it to go any further than it did. It's a hard truth that I had to come to. And it's even hard having to talk about it. Because I know that there's other women who experience something similar, whereas you feel the pressure, you feel like, bro, I've been single since 1911, guy. Where he at? And it's not even about, I want someone because I'm tired of abstaining from sex. No, I just don't want to be what appears to be alone. Like, I'm here at home by myself every day, all day. Like, can I at least have one other human in here so I could harass them most of the time? But when we rush and we go ahead of God, we're telling God, I don't trust your timing. And that was me telling God, I don't trust your timing, by staying or by getting involved and with someone that was not his best for me. I've also had to learn how to see the value in myself. I know what I bring to the table, and it's more than just a pretty smile. Okay? And real accountability. I know we grown. We want to do what we want to do. I get it. But be transparent and open with somebody. I made the mistake of cutting off my accountability. Now, had I not did that and I told my accountability what happened and what was going on that second date, she probably would have been like, yeah, wrap that up. Not fresh. Not at all. But I did not. I made an excuse and I kept going. Don't do that. I could hear somebody say, but I'm a private person. Well, become unprivate for one person that will not be afraid to tell you the truth. Okay? The truth. Okay? Now, what to look out for out here in these dating streets. This is what I want you to take into consideration. In 1 John 3:18, it says, dear children, let us not love with words or tongue, but with actions and truth. Meaning, when you're out here and you're getting to know someone, be integral. Is what they're saying truthful? Ask God. Discern. If you don't know how to discern, go to your accountability. Hey, this and that and the third. And get you somebody that could pray. Don't start performing to get someone to fall in love with you or to get them to stay with you. This is how I see it. Let me show you. This is like the opposite of the scripture, because, you know, out here in these dating streets, we're running into everything. And I know I can't talk about it all. I probably could if I sat and thought about it. But what this is showing me is that when a person is doing all the things, saying all the things, and they're doing it to get you to fall for them, to fall in love with them, and you agree to be with them, and then they switch up and they become something totally different. Like, when I say different, it's like night and day. You was just telling me yesterday that you love me, and now today you just call me out my name. Like, they become in most cases they become abusive. The guy go from being Prince Charming to his cousin No Charming, like, and vice versa, and it becomes toxic. We have to be integral in these dating streets because we're causing harm to one another. And so, while you out here in these dating streets, protect yourself. How? Guard your heart. Be integral. Get you some real accountability. I'm a stress real accountability until I'm blue in the face, because a lot of us don't have it. Real accountability. Be transparent. Go to therapy. Get with Jesus for real, because God has a standard. Even in your dating, even with you out here dating, God has a standard. Remember, healing is a journey. Don't rush it. Take your time. All right, until next week.